Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. It's a TV podcast. My name is Josh. With me this week, pretty much as always, I've got Joe.
Hey, man.
And also Jimmy.
Also ran.
I said also really weird there. Yeah, I think I was
Australian.
going for. I think I was going to go with and then I switched to also. Look, guys, it happens.
We're watching Australian TV today.
There actually is like some Australian show. I feel like it's a weird like anti-hero show, and it's really funny. I should remember what it is, and then we should watch it.
The Boys?
It's not The Boys.
You don't hear too much about.
I don't know if he's Australian. He's not American.
I just assume
that's
most
all I really know.
You don't hear too much about Australian TV.
No, not really.
There was that weird animated like Netflix show that looked like what did it look like? Like an Adult Swim. It was weird.
Okay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Anyway.
Well, Jimmy. Well, I guess I want to ask Jimmy a question, but I guess before I ask it to make sense, Joe, you should tell everybody what this podcast is.
It's First and Last. So we take a TV show and watch only the first episode and only the last episode. Nothing in between. Just the good parts of the beginning and end.
Only the good parts.
And it's mostly nonsense because we, have never seen this show, so we're just watching the beginning and end and reading some Wikipedia in between.
That's right.
While the show is on, so we don't even really watch the show while it's on.
I've never seen it ever. No shows.
Yeah.
Jimmy, it's your show that you're picking tonight, and you said in our podcast chat, I have a short and a sweet one. And I was like, is that a hint? And you said yes, because I asked if it was bakery or candy related.
And you said it is now.
You said yes. So I guess right away, were you messing with me? Or 100%. Is it bakery or candy? You were messing with me?
Yeah.
So everything I've been thinking about all day long doesn't matter.
Probably. I can't know what you've been thinking.
I googled like what sitcoms are in a cafe. What baking shows are done. I was like, well, we're not doing the Great Baking British show or whatever. That's not a thing. Probably. Obviously, we're not doing Mark Summers Unwrapped. Then I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't find that one.
I don't know why, but I looked up if Strawberry Shortcake was a TV show. By the way, it is. So if you told me that, I was prepared.
That would be really short and sweet.
It would be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was the perfect clue.
Good pick, Jimmy. Good pick.
Yeah.
Way to go, man.
Wait a minute. I already saved my file here, so that we're going. So.
Oh, you already saved the file name?
Can't change my show.
Like that time that I saved the file name as Clue because that was what I thought Joe was going to pick, but he was just saying he was giving me a clue.
My file is just called FNL because I put every track in the same file.
Yeah. Hey, also, anyone listening to this that listened to last week's episode, and Joe sounded like a robot, that was because he was trying to use just one audio recording file for every podcast we've ever done. I think,
every week I open up the same file in my digital workstation and I just add a new track, and these podcasts are like an hour long. So I had like 32 tracks that are each an hour long, and eventually it makes you sound like a robot, like you were like cursed by some witch who turned you into a robot.
Yeah. And who would have thought that just 32 simultaneous tracks kind of trying to do their own thing in the background while you record a new one wouldn't somehow mess with the integrity of the data that you're inputting.
There's no real reason to do that either. It's not like there's like settings in the one like FNL project that I had open that I had to keep using that one. It's just I'm just recording voice Like I don't even do anything to it.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah,
What?
you specifically did not have to edit.
You don't spend
The
hours
crazy-
in post like we do.
Yeah. I re-record tracks, like punch up my jokes.
Maybe you should start.
I actually I thought the robotness was going to be worse, so I offered to like re-record those segments. Like I could listen to and like learn what my predictions were again and just read it back.
Could you imagine if
Amazing.
like it was like Joe transcripted what he had said and then was like, and number one is this laughter.
This
I
is
don't
what-
know.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm imagining is Joe just opening a text message and opening like speak to text and just playing the file. So whatever. It's got a giant text messages of an hour long of Joe's
Right.
thoughts.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Joe, I'm gonna need you to do that, and I'll re-edit last week's and send it back up. So
Cool. I'll do
it'll just
speech
be
to text and then text back the speech and then just send that over.
perfect. I'm sure. Why don't you just throw in like a translate to French and back to English just to see?
Just for fun.
You
And then
know?
I'll have Bonzi Buddy read it out. Remember Bonzi Buddy?
No. What? What's Bonzi Buddy?
It was like I want to say like Windows 98 type thing where it's this little purple monkey
Oh,
and like
wait,
you can
yeah.
type things and he'll like read it to you.
I don't think I knew that thing had a name.
Yeah, Bonzi Buddy.
Okay.
Oh my
The minute you said purple ape, for some reason, I was like, nope, I get it. I know where you're at. My last guess, Jimmy, and this is obviously a Hail Mary dream come true, but I was maybe hoping when you said something short and sweet and I asked if it was in a bakery and you said yes because you're a bad person, you were lying to me. I thought maybe you had written, hired, cast, produced, and executed it. Both the first and last episode of Pie World, and we were just going to watch that today. You were bored during COVID, so you 2-week quarantine and created essentially a movie studio and made our TV show for us.
It's trying to stimulate the economy.
Someone's got to put these actors back to work.
Yeah, so by chance, did you just make the first and last? Those are the only episodes that you made for Pie World? Also, that's what we should do, by the way.
Make a first and last.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
only a first and last, though.
That'd be
I mean, you got
amazing.
the
And,
whole
like,
thing.
With the weird assumption
We'll
that
show
there's
'em
like
how it's
5
done.
seasons in between, you know?
This is how you do a first and last.
Yeah, we've been doing this long enough. We can make the perfect first and last.
Well, so no, I didn't do that.
Okay.
Also, Joe said something about a show or not a show, but where witches who turn people into robots. I'd watch that show. Where's that show?
Pie World.
Yeah.
Sounds like Pie World to me.
Robo Witches from Mars.
I like it.
That's just in the finale of Pie World, and it's like, what the? Where did this show go? This robot witches from Mars?
So by short
So-
and sweet, I just meant that it's like a half an hour show, so it's like 22 minutes,
Right.
and it's one that I really wanted to do. We've done it. It's a sketch comedy show, so
Ooh.
it might have some recurring things. I don't really know how much. We did Key and Peele, didn't we?
No.
No, we
No.
didn't. That was just in my aughts. Best of the tens.
Oh,
We
yeah,
just
yeah.
last year.
I feel like we just talked about Key and Peele on occasion, but
Yeah.
not actually did it.
Are we gonna do that again this year? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after. Best of the aughts. Anyway, what? Yeah, you gonna say
Oh no!
yeah?
I said we shall see.
Do a best of the aughts every year.
See if we change.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so now do you have any guesses?
No, I don't know, Jimmy. I know. My other one was like, Friends takes place in a cafe a lot. Maybe it's that. But if he was talking about short, the finale for Friends is obviously not short. It's probably like a 9-parter.
That's probably an hour.
Yeah, probably.
Also,
but then I was
not
like,
a sketch
also,
comedy show.
I didn't know. I mean,
Now
so
that you know.
it's the one with Dave Foley.
Oh, Kids in the Hall?
Yeah, that would be my
Man.
guess. If for you, my guess for sketch comedy would have been Kids in the Hall.
I wish. I haven't checked in a while, but that was not streaming the last time I checked. And I wasn't about to buy it.
Joe, do you got a single sketch comedy guess?
I mean, my guess would have been Key and Peele. But I guess if it's not that, then I heard Chappelle's Show is like newly on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is.
Is that it?
Is. That is not it.
Oh, my God. Okay.
It's stars Fred Armisen.
Oh, it's Portlandia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this?
Okay.
Have you guys heard about
I've
this?
definitely seen some of it. But what? I don't know.
I've seen maybe the first. I've seen like an episode, and I think it was probably the first episode.
What's her name? Carrie?
Yeah. Carrie
something?
Brownstein.
Carrie Brownstone. Nice building.
Carrie Coldstone.
Well, in our universe, it's Brownstein, but there's other universes where it's Brownstain.
Oh.
which is unfortunate.
Oh, man. That Mandela effect did not work for her.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
They,
Okay.
They wrote and created it, I believe, and star in it. And I also think I saw the first one when I go to the Netflix queue at like, are you ready to watch episode 2 yet? Huh? Guy?
What?
Huh?
Holy crap. It was 8 seasons
Please?
long.
8 seasons,
Wow.
wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah, it is.
I assumed it was like 2 or 3.
Right? So, 8 seasons, 77 episodes. It was on IFC.
Yep.
And it went from January 2011 to it ended on my birthday in March 2018. The show, so I must like it.
Fair.
Or I must hate it because for my birthday it stopped playing, I guess. I don't know.
It's the big finish. Just for you.
That's a problem. Yeah, okay. So I mean, what do we know about this? I feel like Jimmy knows the most about it. I'm pretty I feel like
Well, here's what I know about it. I love
Yeah.
Fred Armisen. That's what I know.
Yeah. Wait, Jimmy, so you said you think you've seen the first episode and that's it, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe some maybe some clips.
So maybe we're all at like about the same spot with this show. Like,
I bet
kind
we
of
are.
aware.
I bet we are. I mean, it's like I've definitely seen skits out of the show, but who knows what is in the first episode? I couldn't name anything. I think we should do one fun wager, and that's we should all guess a celebrity that we think is going to be a guest in the first episode.
Okay.
Mm.
I mean,
2011?
do SNL people count?
I was just thinking
Anybody,
the same thing.
I would say anybody that's not Fred Armisen and not Carrie Brownstein.
Okay.
Stain. Which universe are we in? I think any of those, anybody but those two, is fair game
Yeah.
as guest appearances, guest stars.
Because then, like, I would say like the smart money is on like Will Forte.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then I guess I'll go Tina Fey.
I'm the one that said we should do this, and then I didn't guess. I'm gonna go with a more random, like somebody that might have been on Saturday Night Live a bunch, but maybe not like a cast member. I'm gonna go Steve Buscemi.
Nice.
The Boosh.
I hope so.
And I hope they call him the Boosh.
I'm gonna just decide. I'm gonna know how to write Steve Buscemi's name because God knows I don't know how to spell that.
Mr. Boosh.
I think, like, even though this is a sketch show, like, I think that the sketches are tied together with like a story. Like, it's not just like random sketch after random sketch. I think there's a story in each episode.
Oh, like so the episodes itself are almost like a self-contained like episode.
Yeah,
that makes sense together.
Yeah, such that maybe like we will see some changes over the, you know, going from the first to the last of the entire series.
I could see like there's like maybe like two like reoccurring characters and stuff, like, and they maybe have like a bookstore in the first episode, and then the last episode they have like a flower shop or something. You know, they keep like changing.
Yeah,
what they do.
I could see Fred and Carrie doing a bit where like they have like they play normal people around, like also playing crazy characters.
Oh, okay.
Wondering, like, learning about Portland and its weird hippiness.
Yeah. What are we gonna do for the what do you think the first skit is? What of a Portland based essentially skit show? What is the very first skit? We don't need the whole episode. Just what do you guys think the first skit is going to be about?
Huh? Bikes.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Good call. I mean, this is Portland, I guess, not Seattle, but I'm still gonna assume that there's a coffee shop. We're just in a
good
coffee
call.
shop.
I think it's gonna be like crystals.
Okay. Some
like some like
hippie
hippie crystal shop or something like that.
All right. I mean, I don't remember when it was that I actually, like, when this came on Netflix and when I watched it, but I do remember, like, when I pulled up the Netflix thing, so the first episode's called Farm, and I do remember something about them going to some. But that's probably not the first sketch. I mean, maybe.
That's the only thing I do remember about the show is they had like a skit where they like were pickling things, and they kept pickling like different, like let's pickle these shirt buttons. Let's pickle, like let's pickle these pens. Like they were just pickling. We can pickle anything. It was like it was two people that were picklers. I remember that. Cool. All right, well, we got some guesses. We got some guesses on what our first celeb or a celeb guest in the show will be, and we've got some guesses on what the first skit will entail. So, I think this is a good time of any to just get into the first show, called Farm, as Jimmy just said, and then we'll see if we were right, and if we want to keep watching. We'll see after that. And we're back from the first episode of Portlandia, entitled Farm. How do we want to do? Do we have a write-up? Do we just want to go through what we watched? How do we do it on this show?
There is a write-up on IMDb by jhaley@hotmail.com, if you'd like me to read that one.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what this hot boy does.
Yeah, hot man. Okay, so it basically just goes sketch by sketch. So, back in LA from a visit to Portland, Fred launches into a song for his friend Carrie about a city where the 90s still flourish and where young people go to retire. And that song it's like the spirit of the 90s is alive in Portland or something like that.
Dream of yeah, I don't know. I wrote dream of 90s music video. That's what I wrote.
Then we jump to Portland, where a couple asks the wait staff about a chicken on the menu. Before making their order, the couple decide to check out the farm where the chicken was raised. There they find a seductive cult leader, Aliki, surrounded by his many wives. Meanwhile, at a bookstore run by two women, a man runs inside to use the toilet. The proprietors demand that he buy something. There were other things. Other skits happened.
Yeah, there was hide and seek in the library.
Yeah, adult hide and seek league.
Yeah. The PAHSL, the Portland Athletic Hide and Seek League.
That's awesome.
I was like, what is that? Does that come up with a fun acronym? And I was like, PALS. No,
Yeah.
it didn't. It wasn't. It's not fun.
And their team was the Sherlock Homies.
Right. Yeah. They said the name of the one dude who's apparently the dude in that skit who was like hiding for decades or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And their team name was really funny, but I can't remember what it was. So yeah, in the restaurant one, that was like a skit that kind of went through the whole episode.
Yeah, they kept
Kinda
coming
like-
back to.
I feel like that was kind of what Joe thought was gonna like. There was a whole arc kind of throughout the whole episode.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And you know, because in that one, time was passing. They traveled 30 miles outside of Portland mid-dinner to check in on this farm to make sure it was, you know, ethically raised, sourced meat.
Mm-hmm.
Then they get seduced by Jason Sudeikis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. Into
Yeah, it was.
becoming his wives. And then Jason Sudeikis dies and the spell is broken and they go back to the restaurant and then they decide they don't want chicken anymore. And they still don't order anything.
There's no way that chicken was there anyway, right? I mean, it had to have been years.
Yeah,
Jason
who's to say?
Jason Sudeikis lived with him and died. You know, had to be a little bit of time. I mean, as a skit show, how does it hold up? Is it good? Do you guys like it?
It's definitely, you know, got a vibe as far as skit shows go. Like, it's not just another skit show.
No, I don't think it's a skit show for like every person by any means either.
You know what it reminds me of? Because it's not like SNL and it's not like Kids in the Hall, which are the other Lorne Michaels. This also said it was directed by Lorne Michaels, or not directed, executive produced. But you kind of assume that with Fred Armisen's background.
Yeah.
But this reminded me of, did you see the pilot for the Lonely Island sketch show?
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, man. What was it called? It wasn't called Lonely Island. I'm going to get back to you on that. It reminded me more of that, where it's like you have arcing like stories to build on and joke about. A little more TV friendly in a way. I don't know.
Right. I mean, I feel like this show itself is already got like such a smaller demographic that it can like really appeal to than like an SNL even.
The independent film channel demographic.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe because I mean
that in itself is a smaller.
Yeah, that in itself is that channel in itself is a smaller crowd. But I mean, even it's on Netflix. It's just like I feel like the show is aimed at younger people or someone that like lives around or has lived in like Portland area before, Oregon and Washington and stuff, just to know. I mean, there's just like tens of thousands of people that live in like Kansas and Louisiana and don't ever think or know about like the weird people in Portland or like, you know, and how like weird they are riding their bikes and doing that kind of stuff. Like, you know, it's just like they don't want to watch that. They just want to watch 2.5 Men, you know? Like,
Yeah.
So like it shrinks it down. Like essentially basically the only like the people that grew up when the internet was created. Like it's like 90s people and that's it kind of thing. Like 80s kids that grew up in the 90s. They're like, yeah, this is funny. And then people from that region.
That's true. So they did a good job. So the first thing was them setting up like, hey, do you remember in the 90s? And so then he walked through all these 90s tropes. And then he's like, there's a place where that dream still exists. And so it's like, I guess in that way, it can appeal to just folks who lived through the 90s and experienced those.
Yeah, exactly. But that's still like a lot of, I mean, as far as like consumers, like that's still like a far smaller ratio people that are like sitting at home watching TV. I mean, you know, it's on IFC, so like you're already cutting down a whole lot, and maybe they just assume that. I mean, if you're on IFC, I guess you're gonna watch whatever.
I can guarantee everyone watching IFC lived through the 90s.
Yeah. But doesn't even seem like maybe the normal IFC crowd isn't even like maybe even into the show. Kind of curious.
I don't know.
I don't even know what the
wacky.
IFC crowd is.
Yeah, independent film. I think anyone into independent film is into weird Fred Armisen stuff. That's my guess.
Yeah, that could be true.
Did you see his like Netflix? I think it was a Netflix comedy special where he just like he played drums for half of it instead of jokes.
No, did not.
You should watch it. He's a decent drummer for sure, but he just stopped telling jokes.
Hey, I'm gonna stop telling jokes for a minute. I'm just gonna play drums for like 15 minutes. Is that cool for everybody? Cool.
If I'm remembering correctly, that sketch that's not a sketch. What's that? A comedy show ends with like a 15-minute bit of Fred Armisen doing all the accents of like every single state.
That sounds funny to me. That sounds funny to me.
That in itself could have just been the whole thing.
That's great. Joe, you've been kind of quiet. What are your thoughts on this show?
Scheming.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Can't pronounce it. No, I kind of go back to what I was saying before, where it is like a very particular moment. You know, specifically hipster, specifically Northwest, and like you were saying too, like you know, somewhat older hipster too, because a lot of references to the 90s and stuff like that. So I feel a little bit like I'm like on the outside looking in, like watching this, and I'm like, I kind of get it because I know some hipster stuff, but like,
I mean, do you like think you're slightly too young or not hipster at all?
I think the hipster part is like the part where I'm closest.
Okay.
But like I like
never
haven't
been to
spent
the Wedge
much
co-op.
Like I live in Minneapolis. That's kind of a cousin to Portland.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I like haven't spent much time in the Northwest and am a little bit too young for like 90s nostalgia. So I feel like
right in the sweet spot.
Yeah. Like I'm
it's
just on the outside of this.
I feel like I am like perfectly in for 90s nostalgia, and like what am I like 2 years older than you?
Yeah, but I feel like it's a different, like in the 90s you were like playing video games, and like Fred Armisen was like in a band getting high.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, I don't have an adult 90s nostalgia, right. At all. Like, not even a teenager one. Like, yeah, in 1995, I was 10 and like deciding whether or not it was appropriate for me to watch Alien the movie. Like, you know, well, Fred Armisen was slamming PBRs and not telling jokes while drumming.
Yeah. Because a lot of the joke in that first bit where they were talking about like, hey, remember in the 90s when like this stuff would happen? And they were talking about just like people doing dumb stuff and like being irresponsible or something. And like a lot of that was just like, hey, remember being 22?
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't even necessarily like, the joke is that like the 90s are alive in Portland, but it's a lot of that really is that like people still live like they're in their early 20s. And not necessarily a time period thing, but just like a moment in life type of thing.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, and I guess I feel weird about it because it's like, not only do I feel like I'm just on the outside of the joke, but I feel like if I were to laugh, like someone would like call me a poser because like, no, you don't get this. You're not from Portland.
While we were watching it, I was waiting for you to laugh so I could unmute the Zoom chat and go poser.
Explain that joke to me if you think it's funny.
Yeah, tell me why it's funny, Joe. What kind of asshole does that to somebody?
It's just like I was thinking of something else.
I was literally just trying to fit in.
It's just think of a different inside joke.
Oh, I wasn't laughing.
Yeah,
I wasn't laughing at the TV.
Get it?
I think it's fun. I guess, yeah, maybe now that you say all of that, and I'm like, we were not that far apart in age. We're only like a couple years apart. But I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it's just me as like a small child, like preteen in the 90s, thinking of like, oh, this like what we're like older kids up to, and like the adults around me kind of thing. But even the adults around me were like in their 30s and
yeah,
not
but
clowns.
I guess in that way, what I was thinking of is the way I think I relate to this is being around those people who are 10 years older than me who still act like this, and that's the joke, right? These are the folks who like they lived in Uptown when I lived there, and they were hipsters, and then they're like, I'm getting out of here because it's all gentrifying. I'm moving to Northeast Minneapolis where it's hip, and now the same thing's happening over there, and they're like, I don't know. They probably live in Portland.
Someone on the Nextdoor app that I feel like is probably national, but someone was like, I'm moving out of Minneapolis. It's just not the same as it was when I moved here 30 years ago. And it's like, what the fuck do you like?
Of course it's not.
Of course it's not. What are you mad about? And then their next thing was like, and all these people
ethically sourced enough.
Yeah. And all these silly bikers. And I was like, are you mad that people bike around a city? And whatever. It was just
we
funny.
did see some bikes. Didn't Joe?
Yeah, saw some double decker bikes.
Double-decker bikes.
Joe predict bikes?
He did predict bikes in first skit. So, I mean, in that way, you were right. For sure.
Yeah, that was a skit.
I mean, it was part of the first skit. It was a thing they said specifically within the first skit. I mean, if that's the case, then really, Jimmy, the only person that didn't do well for those predictions was you.
Okay, look. I don't want to give you Steve Buscemi because we had all seen the show before. So
I mean, here's the deal. I'm fine.
Subconsciously.
I don't even. Yeah, fine. Don't give me a point. That's fine. Whatever. I swear I did not know.
Okay,
there's no way.
But you can't swear that because you'd seen it.
I swear I did not actively know.
Consciously.
God, yeah. Whatever science words you want to use, that's fine, Jimmy.
That's the word I would like to use.
Okay, fine. But also, we are going to do, because none of us have seen this final episode, right?
No, there's no way.
Yeah, I didn't even know there's 8 seasons, so this blows my mind. So we are going to all do one more guest star thing. But Joe, you're going to get a point for bikes being in the first skit.
Nice.
What did you guess was the first skit? Oh, crystals?
Hippie crystal shop.
Yeah.
There was like a crazy lady bookshop, but not a hippie crystal shop.
Women seek women. So Steve Buscemi is the man who comes into the women first bookstore, I think is what it was called.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and Steve Buscemi came in, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm the smartest man alive." And Jimmy's like, "You're a dirty, rotten cheater." So we just won't accept that point. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, all in all, obviously, this is a skit show that is like pretty. It has a pretty solid like this is our demographic. I think Joe maybe has convinced me that I'm apparently not part of this demographic, but like I think I like this show in spurts. So I could probably go for like a month and watch an episode here or there, but then I think I would just get sick of it. So like 8 seasons is probably would take a very long time for me to watch.
How many episodes per season?
No clue.
Because they're only 22 minutes. I mean,
they are short, yeah. I mean, like season 1's only 6 episodes.
Well,
and then it looks like 2 through 8 are 10, except season 3 has 1 more, so 11 for that one, but 10 basically. So yeah, not that many.
Super short.
Short, yeah, but that's still, a lot of time. It's a lot of time. We got a lot to do during this year of COVID.
Like what? We do not.
Sure. Come on. You got a lot to do, right? You just bought a house. You got a lot to do.
Guy.
Yeah. Like, actually, this has been like the busiest year of my life. Last year at grad school, and we just got a puppy, which was like a huge... I mean, don't get me wrong. Cutest thing ever, but like they don't tell you you're gonna be glued to this thing so it doesn't eat your house. It's like it's a baby, but it's more mobile.
Yeah, it's a fucking baby in a go-kart.
You can't just like set it down for a sec, God. Okay, anyway, sorry, what?
Well, why don't we just skip ahead to predictions? How about that?
I'm down.
Do you want to go first, Jimmy?
Ooh, okay. You guys never let me go first. Ooh.
That's why. I figured we'd let you go first.
All right. So number 1, I think we get an adult league hide and seek rematch. I think maybe it's been gone. We haven't seen it in several seasons, and I think this is a bookend. Because I think that was the last sketch of this one, right? Anyway.
The back to the farm was.
That's right. They roped that back.
Yeah, the third part of that sketch was, but that would yeah.
I think we get another song in this one, but it's about how the 90s are dead in Portland.
Oh.
Maybe it's in a minor key. Maybe there's some spookies. That's a spooky month joke. Then I think we have the bookstore ladies. I think we see them. I think that becomes a recurring thing. But now that instead of just like a bookstore, it's like a full-on co-op. They like Fred Armisen or whatever his characters. I didn't catch the characters' names of that sketch, but on their like way out, he says something about how he thinks they should start selling scones, and I think that they just start selling more and more hipstery things. This is a full-blown co-op now. And then number 4 is, I think Fred Armisen has a character named Milipnos, which is a Slavic recurring character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine that Fred Armisen plays. That's amazing.
Oh, okay. I was like, how did you pull that out of your butt?
I think that's how, Milipnos. And then, so we talked about doing another celebrity sighting, and I think we just get Steve Buscemi again.
Oh, okay. I like it.
I hope.
Steve Buscemi.
The Boosh.
Whatever I'm writing is not how you spell his
Mr.
last
Stephen Bush.
name. Okay. I have predictions as well. I'm not gonna do mine. So I kind of guessed maybe like what I think a couple skits are gonna be about. First, I think there's gonna be a skit with it, like an AI in it, like an artificial intelligence. I think that'll be a feature of a skit. Similar to you, Jimmy, I thought there was going to be a skit that's going to have a sporting event, or it'll go back to like an intramural thing. Intramurals are sports, so I kind of included that too. So if they go back to like the
like a bad
intramural tag thing, or something like that, I'm counting that as like a sporting event. Number 3, I think it hopefully works with number 2, and it's a blimp. There's a blimp. I'm going to guess blimp until there's a blimp in one of these shows. And then I think the last one is that one of these skits takes place inside of a coffee shop. So there's that. And then I made my other guest star prediction, and that is I think Matt Damon is in this.
Matt Damon.
That's a pretty big star.
He's a pretty big star. 8 seasons, you're pretty big, Matt Damon and Brett Armisen know each other. They gotta.
They're aware.
They're aware.
I've got a musical number. I think they, open and close the series with a musical number.
Portland is dead, or in the 90s are dead.
Yeah, Portland is dead. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. I think that someone eats some cauliflower. That just seems like a very Portland vegetable to me.
Okay.
Not a favorite of mine, but cauliflower nonetheless. I think that this show isn't immune to, finale tropes that we've seen in the past. So I think there's a wedding.
Nice.
I hope it is. I hope it's immune.
Yeah. And then my last one is that I think Portland burns to the ground. Just not a piece of it left. It's all just burned to ash.
The show has to end because Portland ended. I get it.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Do they all die horribly in this fire?
No, I think there's no casualties, but all of the buildings are gone.
It's like at the end of Buffy when they blow up all of Sunnydale, but they act like nobody got hurt besides vampires. It's that.
That's fine. Yes. And then my celeb cameo, I was pretty close, I thought, with Will Forte.
Sarah Michelle Gellar would be a good guess, just FYI. But sorry, Joe, keep going.
Because we got Jason Sudeikis instead of Will Forte. I feel like that's the same category of human.
Yeah, it is for sure.
It's like Will Forte, Jason Sudeikis, the guy with the weird faces, same guy.
I don't know what that guy is. Who are you talking about?
From
he
SNL?
he's in the HBO show Barry.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And he does the Weekend Update character that talks about the bar that you can't go to. Anyway, Jimmy's looking it up. He'll come up with the name, but my pick was I think we're going to go music instead of actor, so I'm going with Ben Gibbard of Death Cab for Cutie.
Bill Hader was who it was.
Bill Hader. Bill Hader, Will Forte, Jason Sudeikis, essentially the same person.
I'll give you a point if all 3 of those people are in this episode. I'll be impressed there. That's the wild card Joe point right there. All 3 of the same exact person split in 3 are in this episode. All right. Cool. I guess we should just go to this last episode then of Portlandia. It's called Rose Route or Route, depending on where you're from. So, Rose Route. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's watch Portland burn to the ground. We'll be back after that. And we're back. We're done with the final episode of Portlandia. I believe it was called Rose Routing. That was the name of it.
Rose Router.
Rose Router?
The Rose Route.
The Rose Route. I wrote it down wrong. I wrote it down wrong. You got a write-up, Jim? This one was more of a... We'll talk about it. Yeah, it's definitely more of a regular show almost than a skit show, but go with our
All right.
write-up first.
The mayor makes deals throughout the town to obtain the very best route for the Portland Marathon. Carrie and Fred enter the race in order to break their love of news alerts. Candace and house guest Dolly are fast to become close friends.
Yes. Okay,
Kinda.
I mean right away. This was just one story, the whole show. This wasn't like a bunch of skits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all
it was-
one narrative. There's a few different storylines going on, but it's all centered around the marathon.
Right. Like it used like sketch like bits
Mhm.
within the context of an actual plot, which is pretty fun. They even had there was one sketch that we didn't talk about from the pilot where Fred is like addicted to all the different like social media things and devices and going back and forth. And also what was it was it Netflix, the original like
Yeah.
I mean,
actual
It
physical
was
DVDs
called.
he
It was
had?
literally called like movies. It was supposed to be Netflix, but it said like movies in the mail is what the name of it was called.
Okay. But yeah, so so they kind of brought that back here with them like obsessed with checking their devices and their news alerts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they brought. I mean, and then Tony. So Tony and Candace were those like the two ladies that owned the bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
And
women
Tony
and women
was-
first bookstore.
Yeah. And Tony was the one that Carrie played, and then she apparently like left Portland or like moved out of Candace's place.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lady named Dolly came in to stay for a week because she was going to run the Portland Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And that lady was Dolly Wells, and she's been in stuff. She was in most recently she was in that Netflix like 4-part Dracula miniseries that they did in 2020. It came out at the beginning of this year, I think.
Neat.
So, and she's in other stuff too. That's just like the most recent thing that I've seen her in. And then there was one other special guest who was the girl training.
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, and Jimmy, I'll let you. Where is she from?
Well, my favorite thing of her
Yeah.
probably is Valkyrie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but she's also,
Mhm.
I think she blew up from being in Westworld. I think
Yeah, she's
was
in Westworld.
Her first. That was when I first became aware of her.
Okay. Yeah. When did she start being in Westworld? Was she in it right away, or was she in a later season?
No, I think it's season 2.
Okay. I couldn't remember, but yeah, obviously she was a Valkyrie in MCU, and so gotta let you say it.
Obviously.
Appreciate that. Oh,
Jimmy-
speaking of Marvel,
Jimmy's playing some sort of long con where he's definitely making sure every show he picks has a Marvel character in it or something.
So the big, apparently the big character in this, other than Fred and Carrie, is actor Kyle MacLachlan. I'm not sure how you say it. He's been in a ton of crap. He's the main guy in Twin Peaks. He was a recurring boyfriend in Sex and the City. Lots of crap. But he recurs. He's the mayor in this,
Mm-hmm.
and he is in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is a great show. That is also over, that we could totally do at some point.
I assume this mayor character is in probably a lot of episodes.
Yeah, I looked up. He was in like 24, so I would say probably the last 2 seasons or so. And that had a weird end thing. I'm not sure
Where he
what
all of a
was
sudden
going
had
on.
like where he had like superpowers,
like Sith Lord lightning.
Yeah. So like that opens the episode, right? Is that the mayor is trying to plot out the route or like he's organizing the Portland Marathon, and when they show him the route, it's just like a normal marathon route, and he decides he wants to make it like this elaborate rose shape. So he goes on like a series of like essentially like bartering quests where like he has to trade one thing to someone in order to get the path opened up for the route, and then he needs to go to the next person to trade for the next thing that he needs to open up the route, which then ends up with meeting up with this woman in the woods because she like has some sort of jurisdiction over this bridge that he needs for like the last part of the route.
She has a key to open like a tiny little
padlock.
Padlock, so people can just run. People could have just went around it. It would have been so funny.
Like in their bartering, he like typically what people trade with him is like they don't want some like condo built in like their area, and he's like, sure, whatever, no more condos. But yeah, it gets really like weird and like supernatural when he goes to like this old woman, and they have like a force lightning battle. And if I remember,
and then she becomes mayor at the end.
I was gonna say, if I remember, we don't see what happens at the end of the battle, except that like he gets his way.
She said like, oh, I can give you the bridge key and for one thing, and I think you'll be totally cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was obviously like he gives her the mayorship, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that's how becoming mayor, it's just passed down to whoever you want.
Yeah, he ends up getting the path opened up, and then at the end of the race, when Fred and Carrie are talking to the mayor, he's like talking about like leaving town, essentially, like he's done being the mayor, and then it cuts back to the woman, and she's now the mayor.
Yeah, the old troll bridge woman.
Yeah,
lives in a house down under this bridge. It's weird. Also, the like mayor's assistant that's like following him throughout. I totally at first thought that was Will Forte.
Was not.
Kind of a poor man's Will Forte.
I'm wondering if the assistant was kind of in a bunch of episodes too. It seemed he was kind of familiar a little bit as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So that's one of the threads, and one of the probably the funniest thing about the mayor trying to like get this elaborate rose route worked out is that when he like talks to Fred and Carrie at the end, like, oh, like, did you enjoy the route? It's shaped like a rose, and they're like, yeah, we're running it, so we couldn't really see it.
Yeah, we don't know what it looks like. Yeah. We're in it.
All for naught.
Do either one of you have any thoughts on like it being? I don't know if they switched the format of the show along the lines, or this is just how the last episode is built.
Mm-hmm.
But having it definitely feel way less of being like a segregated skit show and being more of a cohesive narrative, but like still kind of feeling like it's built of skits inside of a narrative. That's kind of felt like that. I don't know. Do you like one or the other? Did you like?
I think it's pretty fun that it evolved into that, and I'm wondering, I don't know how slowly that sort of shift can happen, but like when exactly that they decided they have characters that have maybe have grown that they can do this with. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a little tricky because in the first episode when stuff was much less connected, I found myself wondering from scene to scene, like, am I supposed to keep track of what just happened, or is this completely different now? Is that even the same character, or is this new characters that Carrie and Fred are playing?
Right. Well, in the end, they were only playing themselves, and Fred was like playing Candace.
Yeah, so much more straightforward in the finale.
I'm curious. I feel like it would be fun if this isn't just the last episode and the show did evolve. So when like you hit season 4 and 5 or whatever, that it like happens to be more of a cohesive narrative every single episode, and then the various skits are all like part of it, and the characters they've built in the previous seasons kind of become the narrative, but they use like the sketch comedy formula in the beginning seasons to like create their own universe, so it all sticks together now. It'd be curious. I feel like it'd be hard to do, but so yeah, I don't know if it's just this last episode or not, but hey, respect.
Yeah.
Either way, I liked both, so it'd just be interesting to see how they did. But that's not what this podcast is about. It's not about the journey. It's about the payoff at the end.
Exactly.
What, Jimmy?
This just randomly. So the Lonely Island pilot sketch show is called Awesome Town, and you can watch the whole thing on YouTube.
Oh, just like that pilot episode?
Yeah. It's literally just early Lonely Island sketches.
Yeah, it's just Lonely Island stuff. I watched that Lonely Island pop star movie the other day, actually.
Oh,
Andy Samberg is a pop star.
Is that Netflix?
No, it's on a different thing that you can't watch.
Fine.
It's on a DVD.
Didn't want to.
Yeah, it's on my DVD. But I mean, it was fine as long as you are like, yep, this is just an hour and a half of Lonely Island stuff. Mm-hmm. So it was all right.
Yeah,
it was all right.
I mean, so you're just watching an Andy Samberg anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like I didn't know what was going to happen or like how it was going to present itself. So it was good. Are you guys interested in watching Portlandia though? Has this hooked you a little bit over Thanksgiving? Are you going to sit down with your family and suggest to put on a Portlandia?
No, I would not make someone else. Like, I feel like I think it'd be kind of fun to blow through a season of this and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Just because something about Fred Armisen, like, I think he's really funny, but he's really weird. Like, in sometimes an uncomfortable way, where you're just like, what just happened? And I think that's cool. I don't know that I need to subject family and friends and loved ones to that.
Only people that are truly ready for Fred Armisen will you allow.
It's a niche.
Yeah, it is very, very Fred Armisen, has his brand of comedy, and this is very much that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's for me.
Not a FA fan, huh?
I don't think I ever really had been. I have had the show Portlandia recommended to me before, and I just never really sought it out. But at least from the first and last here, I don't know that it would be for me.
Right. So looking when I went into Netflix to look it up and actually watch it, according to it, I have seen the whole first season and maybe like 1 or 2 episodes into the second season. And I think that pretty much sums up how I feel about this show, is that it's like, there's no way that I'm binging 8 seasons of this show. Like, it's not one of those shows that's going to suck me into like that. But it's one of those shows where it's like, oh yeah, Portlandia? I liked that show. Watch 5-10 episodes and be like, that's enough. I'm good. I can forget about it. And then in a couple years, I can remember it again, and be like, yeah, that was a good show. Because I like Fred Armisen and I think he's funny. And I like that humor, but I don't know. It's just not sustainable as far as like continuous watching. You need breaks.
Yeah.
So.
It's, was gonna
Small
compare it to a
doses.
food or something like, but I can't think of something that like you can have too much of.
Right.
I mean,
Right,
lots
right.
of things.
Yeah, because
Almost
that's where
you
the
can almost have too much of anything.
yeah,
if
that's
we're
where
gonna
the
be honest.
metaphor broke down. Is just like because then you could just use any food.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh,
What?
how many episodes of the first season of this is Steve Buscemi in?
All of them? I don't know.
You son
I'm gonna.
of a bitch.
I'm gonna say all of them. It'd be pretty great if he was.
He's in 5 episodes throughout the whole season. The whole
Oh, like
series.
the whole series? Okay. And there's 6 episodes in the first season. So if he was in, he almost could have been in all.
He was only in 1 in the first
Okay.
season. The other ones came later.
Trying to like trick me in this lie that I never created,
Just
that you
giving you
created for
crap.
me.
Just giving you crap. Yeah, I can see where you guys are saying, because like, so the Malepnos, if we want to skip ahead to my my
Yeah, get in your
failed-
predictions
failed
and explain
prediction.
yourself while you do so.
We've seen him in shows like this where he pops in and plays just a weird, quirky character, and it's funny for that moment. Like didn't he pop into Broad City? I think is where we saw him.
Oh, he was in. Yeah, okay.
And he's just a weird, because he just like wanted to wear her shoes or something. What do you remember what the context was? She was like selling her, not her body, but anyway,
Her dignity.
yeah, and Malepnos and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like Fred Armisen in small doses is just excellent for sure. My other predictions, if I can find them, are as such. Oh, here we go. There was no hide and seek. There was no song of that 90s are dead in Portland. We didn't actually see Tony and Candace's bookstore to know what it was like, if it had changed in any way. They mentioned
it didn't seem like whatever they
briefly.
had at the moment didn't exist because
No, they
like,
did.
Tony left.
They mentioned it. She said she was leaving for a couple of days.
Oh, that was it? Okay.
Yeah. She said something about the store, but yeah, anyway. So it's probably just the same. Women first. And then no new characters, so no Malepnos.
Yep. So big old donut.
Yeah.
Gluten-free vegan donut. If we're in Portlandia.
Ugh. There's a line in the pilot where Candace, the bookstore, Fred Armisen, is talking about how she asks Steve Buscemi if he went to the like organic bakery or something like that, and he's like, no. And she's like, muffin tasted like sand. I asked him what was in it. He said it was sand. Anyway,
I laughed at that part.
who else?
I got predictions. My first one is that I thought there was going to be an AI, an artificial intelligence, in one of the skits. There was not. I did get one right. I thought there was going to be a sporting event. And if you say that the Portland Marathon does not count as a sporting event, that is insane. Number 3, blimp. Unfortunately, they did not cover the marathon with blimp coverage, which I feel like that was a missed opportunity by the city in reality.
You could see the route from there.
Exactly. You could have saw the rows. Come on, Sean, the mayor. And then my last one was that there was a coffee shop skit, and there wasn't even like coffee said, mentioned, or drank in the show even. I don't think so, but I'm going to take my 1 point for the marathon.
Cool.
All right.
I had a musical number, which there wasn't. I was holding out hope. I had an appearance of cauliflower. There was really only like one food, or there was two food things where like Candace had made a couple meals for Dolly.
Candace made like breakfast, but
yeah, but I looked out for cauliflower. There wasn't any. I had a wedding, and I didn't see a wedding. And then I also said that at the end, Portland burns to the ground, which it did not.
Yeah, I don't know why you said Portland burns to the ground and didn't say there would be like a Star Wars Sith battle via the mayors.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah, it was
close.
50-50.
If it's not one, it's the other.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not one, it's the other. It's not Paul Rudd.
Yeah. This is very like inside baseball, but like I watched that video and I watched it twice. It delivers.
It's so good. I think, listen, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. What episode was that?
We did?
Even Jimmy is unsure what we're talking about.
Was it the Good Place?
Might have been.
Episode?
Yeah.
Or it was the one before it that Jason Mantzoukas was in before that.
Oh, you're talking about the not Paul F. Tompkins. What is that comedian?
Yeah, it was the Good Place. Chris Gethard.
Gethard.
It was.
Yeah, okay.
We talked about it in the Good Place
episode. You
episode.
watched that whole thing twice?
Oh yeah, I mean, have you seen it once?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I watched it that hey, that night we talked about it.
I mean, I would watch it again for sure, but
yeah, that night we talked about it when we watched when we were recording the podcast for the Good Place. I watched it that night after we stopped recording.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the whole thing.
So
it's so good.
There's this YouTube show that's the Chris Gethard show. Not really important, but he's like a pretty funny guy in his own right. And his guests on this particular episode are Paul Scheer and Jason Mantzoukas. And they're playing this game where they're trying to guess what's in this giant dumpster. And it gets out of hand, and it's pretty funny, especially if you like Paul Scheer and Jason Mantzoukas. But when you find out what's in the dumpster, it's incredible.
It's incredible. It's so good.
It delivers.
Listen to it, watch the YouTube, and if you don't like it, write us at FNL Podcast on Twitter or Gmail.
Again, I watched it twice because once it got to the end, I was like, that's amazing. And then I was like, I didn't watch it back immediately. I watched it again like the next day because I was like, I want to see like how that plays out, and like knowing what's in the dumpster now, I want to see how that went.
And it plays out.
It plays out like it's like it's scripted in almost like it's like planned. It's so good. Jimmy, rewatch it again.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, me and Joe have seen it since we talked about it on the Good Place episode. So watch it before episode 167, or else I'm gonna first and last the Chris Gethard show.
Oh man, if you can find it.
I'm sure it's. I mean,
it's like a cable access show.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably on YouTube. I would assume. I mean that one episode's on YouTube, so I guess I assumed all of his episodes were, but who knows? Cool. We're good on that. I mean, I guess before we go, also all three of us guessed a guest star that was going to be on the thing, and I guessed Matt Damon. Joe guessed Ben Gibbard. Jimmy doubled down on Steve Buscemi. And those were obviously, we already said before, those are not correct because Tessa Thompson and Dolly Wells were the two celebrity guests on the show. Mm-hmm. Not including the mayor because he was a reoccurring character.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And that seemed, but I mean, you know what? Hey, if someone would have said the mayor's name, Kyle, whatever his name is, I think I would have given you that point, but it seems pretty highly unlikely. Cool. Well, I guess we've said our piece about Portlandia. We've reiterated that everyone needs to go watch the dumpster episode of the Chris Gethard show. So it's just wrap up time. If you have a show suggestion, you want to just talk to us or tell your feelings about that specific only episode of the Chris Gethard Show, you can hit us up at F&L Podcast on the Gmail or on the Twitters. Also, we'll be back next week for another episode of First and Last. What show are we going to watch? None of us know currently either. So come back and find out. Subscribe and 5 stars. We'll see you next week. I've stopped saying goodbye too.
Goodbye.